Hey guys, Victoria Haffer here, and I'm here to talk to you about your relationship with food. Yes, food, the big F word in the room. So many of you know that my thing is rituals. And so I wanted to get on here and do a quick video and share with you one of my favorite rituals and around food. And really, I mean, how often are you using food as a crutch, stress eating, as a form of escapism to fill a void, just totally numbing out, right? Like that used to be me too. Like I was that in my early 20s. I actually battled with an eating disorder. And through the process of getting really present and the art of being mindful with how I was showing up with food, I was able to heal that. So I want to share with you this ritual, this that I perform, that I do. It's just become habit for me. So, and it's kind of how I do everything in life. Is I just kind of look at things as being ritualistic, and so yeah. So let's just get to it. So step one, as you're preparing your food, cooking, chopping, cutting, putting things in pans, frying things up, whatever you're doing, set the intention to infuse all of it with sprinkles of love and light, almost like it's just like little fairy dust and you're sprinkling it, all over. Um, Second step is a thing that I do with my meals is I like to use either like really fancy or fun uh, dinnerware. So I have like a favorite. My beloved makes fun of me because I have like my favorite glass and I have my favorite bowl and my favorite plate. And so he knows not to use those things. And they tend to be really colorful. And so, I kind of go out of my way to, and that's just my personality. So it may not be that important to you, but maybe you have some good china that you only use during the holidays and you want to just take out one of those plates or bowls and use that, the fancy stuff, right? Clear and declutter your eating space. Like how often do you have piles of things and books and maybe jackets or cat hair? So clean out the space. We all know that clutter can hold stagnation and stuck energy. So let's clear out the space that you're going to be eating in. Turn on your favorite music. I am a huge fan of music. And my favorite platform is Spotify. You can use whatever platform you use. You can follow me on Spotify if you're looking for some motivational playlists that you want to follow along with, or you could just go into your favorite platform and then just find a dozen or more of your favorite songs, from the olden days, things that just when you hear them, they kind of spark your creativity and your inner kid, your inner playfulness. And so once you're seated, once you've done all that and your food is prepared or cooked and you have it, in front of you, just take a moment before you dive in and just take a moment to step into that space of gratitude and space of being so thankful for all of the beings that contributed to that food being on your plate right there, from the truck drivers to the farmers to the grocery store, putting on the shelves, and as well as the animals and the plants that may be on your plate as well, that contributed to you being able to eat this amazing meal. And then with presence. So, let's talk a little bit about what the word mindful even means. It has to do with how much presence you're giving to the thing you're doing. So just looking at it aesthetically and then cutting up your food into small pieces. So just a reminder that your stomach does not have teeth. So cutting up into smaller pieces and then imagine your food as medicine, right? So every food breaks down into its the smallest component of food stuff, whether it be amino acids or fatty acids or glucose, and it fuels our cells, whatever is needed for the body. And so just imagining and setting the intention about this food is nourishment, it's medicine, and that your body is able to actually take it in and absorb it so that it can go to the different parts of your body that actually need that nutrition. And imagine it just feeding and nourishing every cell, fiber, nerve ending of your being, every organ and system in the body. And if you're good at visualizing, maybe you just imagine that as well. However, we all receive and perceive differently. So it may be a feeling or a knowing or a seeing that works for you. And then as you take a bite, so as a former health coach, we were always taught that you should chew your food at least 25 to 35 times before you swallow it. Because like I said earlier, your stomach doesn't have teeth, and it's better for digestion to have smaller pieces. So being in that space of the mindfulness of slowing down the process of the eating, because often we eat so quickly. And in science, we've shown, I have a master's in science, so I had a lot of science courses around the human body. And, they taught us that it can take, if you're really, really hungry, it can take up to 20 minutes before your brain actually gets the signal that you're not hungry anymore. So if you're eating really fast, you're not giving yourself enough time for the signals to get to the brain to say, we're good. We've had enough at this time. So chewing your food and mindfully, literally counting and just being in the process of that, so a minimal of 20 times, and then putting your fork down in between bites. When you're done chewing, take a deep breath. So inhale deep, long, slow, and deep. Exhale fully and completely. Pick your fork up and begin again. And the biggest thing that became a habit for me and attributed to weight loss, because when I was in my 20s, I was probably about 20 pounds overweight, for me anyways. And so in getting to that point of me comfortably losing weight without the focus being on losing weight was through eating when I was hungry and stopping when I was comfortable. So if you have any belief systems around from your parents or your grandparents, your ancestors, that you have to finish everything on your plate, I'm going to ask that you delete, destroy, and uncreate that right now. Right. So again, is this yours? Is this, whose belief is this? Is it even yours? Or is it something that you've inherited, right, from your family or your ancestors? So making a conscious effort in deleting and destroying and uncreating any belief systems that are standing in the way of you being able to eat when you're actually hungry and stopping when you're comfortable, not over full, right? So after you're done with a meal, you should actually feel pretty charged up. You should feel energized, not like you need to take a nap. And if that's the case, you definitely ate too much, or you ate a combination of the wrong foods for you, right? Everybody is different. Every body is different. So that's really important to just get into that space. And, maybe you use smaller dishes. So instead of using a big dinner plate, maybe you use the smaller plate for your meal. So getting into that habit and then setting your intention to really commit to doing this ritual daily. So once a day, whatever that day, I get it. Everyone's busy and driving around. Many people are, multitasking and eating while they're driving. So choose one meal a day that you're able to do this with and commit to it. Commit to it for at least 30 days. And then let me know how it goes. So all together now, let's take a moment to delete, destroy, and uncreate any beliefs, old wounds, traumas, anything that's getting in the way of you having a healthy loving, sustainable relationship with yourself, with your body, and with your food. Let me know how it goes. Have a magical day.